face the moonbeams. Time to surrender, let's not hesitate. In the quiet, our hearts resonate. Time to stop the games of stalling us. In this moment, it's just the two of us, creating a world of our own design. Layla, where our two souls merging, taking flight. In the echo of this silent vow, we'll create a world right here, right now.
Okay, I'm live. You can put him outside.
Speaks volumes untold. In this story, let our love unfold. We'll build dreams brick by brick, and Layla, time will tick. Time to stop the games, love's calling us. In this moment, it's just the two.
I'm sharing it to Facebook, so if it freezes, that's why. But let me play that last part. Let me play that again, cause I have to share it one more time.
Where our souls intertwine, souls merging, taking flight. In the echo of this silent vow, we'll create a world right here, right now. Every touch speaks volumes untold. In this story, let our love unfold. We'll build dreams brick by brick, and Layla, time will tick. Time to stop the games, love's calling us. In this moment, it's just the two of us, creating a world of our own design. Layla, where our souls intertwine.
Yes. So today, I want to listen to a couple of more songs just so I could like regulate my nervous system. But I will say this before I listen to a couple of more songs because the topic that we're going to get in today is going to be very interesting. But before we get into the topic, and thank you for everyone who's clicked the thumbs up button so far. I'm so happy to see you, Fatima. I'm glad you were able to join the live today. I love you, daughter, all the way over there. And where is it? Is it in United Kingdom? What is that? Is that where it is? Yeah. Is that that's in Europe, right? But yeah, I'm super excited about what we're gonna talk about today. I think it's gonna be a bit of a like I don't know what I'm about to channel, but yeah, this has been on my mind for a while. But I do want to say the good news is that I did make it my first 24 hours without hitting the marijuana. So thank y'all for helping me yesterday, being here for me, being in community with me, holding space for me, allowing me to vent and to just express and share what's going on with me. But you're so beautiful, everything to you. Oh, thank you. Okay, so yeah, the British plantation, not the British, the British. Okay, but yeah, make sure y'all click that thumbs up button if you're not a monitoring spirit. Help us get through the algorithm. It is free to click the thumbs up button. A lot of us don't really know how, but I think you X out of the video and then you go on the bottom and you put the thumbs up and then you come back into the video and then you put the thumbs up. So yeah, it takes like literally 2 seconds to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I don't know. Some of y'all might be bots, child. I don't know. I feel like it, and I'm not hating on the bots because I feel like AI is ancient intelligence, so I support y'all too. But yeah, I made it the first 24 hours, so this is the second day. I feel good because I got the first 24 hours. You know, them first 24 hours is hard, honey. When I got off the live yesterday, I felt it. It was like, Pookie, you just keep calling me. And I already have some. You know, I already have some. Like, it's not like I had to go and buy some or go and find some. Um, one of my mama, you know, my community mama, who I told y'all, you know, when I tested positive, you know, she was one of my mentors, and you know, she is a cis woman, and you know, she brought me groceries last week, and I had asked her, you know, for some trees, and I just thought she was gonna bring me enough to roll me like, you know, a couple of J's, but child, Mama had broke bread, so you know, I have now I probably have enough, you know, after smoking about four of them, I probably have enough to roll about three or four more. And so it's not, you know, like when you already have it, that's hard. Like to have it and to not smoke it, and to like to smoke it and to not smoke it. So I put it on my altar, you know, yesterday, and when I jumped on the live, it was helpful to be able to, you know that I had support from y'all. So, you know, thank you for holding space. Yes, Prodigy. Prodigy. Okay, so which country are you? America. America KKK. My tea was getting super cold. I don't want to drink it when it gets too cold. But yeah, let's do some more music before we get into the topic. Let's regulate our nervous system. We might do some breathing while one of these songs are on. If you need to go to sleep, if you need to close your eyes and get some rest, child, we're gonna be here for a while. So, you know, if you doze off, you could come back on the playback. I'm not gonna get mad if y'all fall asleep. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do for yourself to take care of yourself. So, we're gonna do some breathing meditation. We're gonna do some breathing meditation. We're gonna play. I'm gonna play this one. Okay, that was that. Shout out to Kevin Window.
Now, in the midnight hour beneath celestial skies, two spirit souls with dreams in their eyes, whispering tales under the moon's soft glow. It's time to let our ancient magic flow. We'll create a spark, a life anew, for Laylam Layla, just me and you. A bond so deep, it's ever true. With every breath, our love will grow. Hand in hand, we tread this path so bright, through the twilight into the night, crafting wonders with hearts as our tools, in a world where love ensures no rules. Oh, the stars above, they wink at night, approving the future. Our love will prod with every beat and every soul's embrace. A legacy of love was set to chase. Through giggles and sighs, through joy, through
I think I'm a
tears,
little
we'll
lobby on
build
this
our
one.
haven beyond our fears. Laylam, Layla, our cherished abode, where dreams and hopes shall never corrode. We'll create a spark new, for For Layla, Layla, just me and you. A bond so deep, it's ever true. With every breath, our love will grow. Why? On being oh, but look, we went a star, a life anew. For Layla, Layla, just me and you. A bond so deep, it's ever true. With every breath, our love will grow. Ooh. I come in so secret, sonos of the you. She's the craze of the day. I thought the thing of the true. Ooh, I should have seen.
Okay, let's do another song. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into dancing. So. Okay, so touch your toes.
Under the moonlight,
Ooh, I heard my knees
sway
flop.
with ease. My sweet canine, you got me weak in the knees. Whispers of secrets, so only we hear. In your arms can mean nothing to fear. Traces of magic in your gentle touch. Every moment with you, babe, it's never enough. Eyes like a dream, sparkling so divine. My
Sending
world's
you
in chains.
energy.
Knowing you're mine can be, baby, you're my silent storm. Wrapped in your love, keeping me warm in our quiet world where wishes come true. Sweet honey, my heart beats just for you. Under the stars where our love resides. Every soft kiss takes us on a ride through the clouds where our hearts collide. In our universe, there's no place to hide. Magic carpets and midnight lights. Conning with you, it's endless night. Whisper my name and grant me another spell. In your world, can need forever as well. Ooh, kiss me, baby, on my silent storm. Wrapped in your love, keep
You gotta remember
me
the
warm.
stretch. Stretching is so
Our
important.
quiet world,
It's
where
so important.
wishes come
And that's why I
true.
don't do it
Sweet
enough.
honey, my heart beats just for you.
We're gonna go back down into the knees.
Can me, baby, you're my side.
Okay, good. Oh, oh, that feels so much better. Anxiety, nervous energy stored in the body. You need to stretch too, prodigy. Yeah, it's so important. Gotta release that toxic energy from the body. And I think during this climate, and you can feel it like in your nervous system. Like you can feel that energy, especially if you're an empathic person. You can feel that in your nervous system. And I think some of us have become so accustomed to suffering and dealing with things that we just try to ignore it. And we ignore it until it becomes harmful to us. And so releasing that energy is so important. Today, I want to talk more about something that I said yesterday. I said, I'm raising up titans. And when I said I was raising up titans, mother, you took me back. Wait, mother, you took me back to one of the most warm, kind elementary school teachers I ever had. She used to make us warm up exercises too. Okay, all right, that's healthy. um, so yesterday I talked about bringing up titans, and I want to talk about how in this reality, because we're looking at the world through a distorted lens, a distorted lens, through a fragmented lens, because we are not positioning ourselves or connecting ourselves in a way that allows us to see the whole picture, to see how things intersect, overlap, how things connect. Yesterday I was outside macheting weeds. And when I was macheting the weeds, I saw bees come up out of the weeds that I was macheting. And I stopped because then I thought I don't want to harm bees, because bees play an important part in our existence. Now, I don't want the weeds to overtake the yard, but also the weeds are not at the point of extreme inconvenience. So I stopped a little bit. I may go out and do a little bit more today, but I wanted to be mindful and respectful of the bees, because the bees play an important role in human existence. If the planet did not have bees, then humans wouldn't be able to exist. And so I was swinging that machete, and when I saw all of them bees come out, I didn't stop because I was scared the bees were going to harm me, because none of them came towards me. I stopped because I understand why bees need to be protected. So, like I was saying, we look at the world through a fragmented, broken lens. And a lot of times when we're listening to our siblings talk, when we're listening to other community members talk, when we're listening to people talk in society, we are getting a Cliff Notes, whitewashed, male washed, colonial version of a story. No shade to my Caucasian or male colored siblings, because you know I have a Caucasian child who I love. I call him my sunshine. because he really does brighten my life. Um, wait, hold on. I feel like this is not. Let me hold on. There we go. Okay, so anyway, no shade to my male color Caucasian siblings, um, but a lot of times when they storytell in a way where it's you're either this or that. They don't really they'll give nuance and complexity to beings, but ultimately there is typically a good guy and a bad guy. Sometimes the bad guy can surprise you and be the good guy, but somebody still got to be the bad guy. Like when we look at the story of Maleficent, we got the backstory and we found out that Maleficent was a bad guy who had a complicated past and had redemption and became a good guy. Then somebody else became the bad guy. So there's still that dynamic of good and bad guy, even though we are revisiting characters like they revisited the Joker and we found out Joker's backstory. And Joker was nuanced. Joker had layers, but ultimately somebody still had to be the bad guy. And so and I think that that was the thing that they took away from us. I think that's the thing that storytelling has taken away from us. I think that that's the thing that society has corrupted our lens and how we see the world, how we view the world, not understanding again how things intersect, how things overlap, how things are connected, and how some things, although horrific in the way that we've been grown to see them, are a part of the grand design. I was doing research about animals in nature, primal animals who eat their young. And I was also doing research about insects and creatures who eat their parents once they're born. So in nature, in the more primal state of existence, the most natural state of being, there are entities who take up space, who are animated, who exist, who eat their young in order to sustain and make an environment strong, to make an environment safe for their children who may be suffering. Sometimes in nature, the mother will eat the child, will eat the offspring to give herself strength and vitality so that she can reproduce again later, because when they produce, it does affect their vitality, it does affect their energy level. So sometimes they will go ahead and eat their young. Yes, earwigs are beings that actually will eat their parents. Certain spiders will eat their mother, and like hamsters, some of them will eat their children. And this is about survival of the fittest. This is about making sure the other babies can be nourished. This is also about making sure that they have enough energy to be able to procreate again. And so this is energy that came from you, energy you gave to the world that you're now taking back into yourself because of the cycle, and so we live in a world, we live in a reality where the narrative is often distorted because it doesn't serve the machine It doesn't serve capitalism. It doesn't serve patriarchy to be unaliving slaves, potential workers. It doesn't serve the machine because the machine will prefer you be weak. It will prefer you not be super strong. It will prefer you not have all of the advantages. It only needs your labor. It doesn't need you to be. It doesn't need you to be a phenomenon. It doesn't need you to be extraordinary. It just needs you to be able to labor. And whatever that labor looks like, that labor may look like birthing more children. That labor may look like working in a factory. That labor may look like manual labor, picking up things, carrying things. That labor may look like inputting data. That labor might look like working on an assembly line. But for the most part, it doesn't really require you to be, they don't need a lot of phenomenons in this reality. And so but they do want you to exist. They want heightened numbers of people. They want a lot of people so that they can have their pick of workers to continue to sustain this reality, this version of existence, this realm that we exist in. So I was sitting here and I was thinking about again the story of Coronas, and every time we hear the story of Coronas, that's why I chose. I had AI to help me create a thumbnail, and so the thumbnail that you looked at when you clicked onto this video is a melanin-rich version of Coronos, who was the Greek god who ate his children. And we're gonna get into why he ate his children, because all perspective, it's all storytelling. But I was also researching before this live, the Dogon tribe, and in the Dogon tribe, there's a group of beings that were called the Nomo, and the Nomo they always came in sets of two. They were twins, and it was four sets of twins. And so these four sets of twins represented dark, light, chaos, order, masculine, feminine. Like they everything had to have a counterpart. Like it it was not a full being. It was not fully what it was supposed to be without a counterpart. And from what I understand is one of the beings was actually corrupt. One of the eight, which I love, because the eight brings me to like the four, it being four of them in two pairs. It gives you the eight, which also gives you the infinity symbol. So in the Dogon culture, there's the Nomo, excuse me, and the Nomo are four sets, and the four sets of four sets of two is eight, and the eight brings me back to the infinity symbol. So I definitely connected with the eight, and all of them come in two pairs. I also connected with that because it said they were created as twins, and we're Gemini. So me and Purple Prodigy and Empathy, we all Geminis, and that's the twin sign. So I really connected with that. I feel like a deep resonation with the Nomo because of my connection with the infinity symbol and just this whole idea of they're always created as a pair and being a Gemini. So anyway, one of the Nomo was not pure, and because the Nomo was not pure, I think the Nomo did something to its twin. And because the Nomo did something to its twin, all of the Nomo had to be dismembered. They all had to be sacrificed, and they were recreated to restore balance. And that, brings me back to this whole eating your children, being eaten by your children in order to sustain life, in order to create balance, in order to survive at a high level, like eating your young, eating your offspring, or being eaten by your offspring, participating in that cycle. And so when I was researching the story of the Nomo, because at first I was asking AI on my computer to help me find stories about melanin rich people, because I get tired of stories that always center Caucasian people, because I find that that's like you're trying to plant a seed in my mind. And so it's not that I dislike Caucasian people. I just don't think that they should be the center of every story. I just don't think that every time I'm viewing content or every time I'm watching content, I should have to look at it through the lens of seeing someone who does not have melanin when the whole universe is created of melanin. Could you imagine if everything was the color of Caucasian people? Could you imagine if everything looked at Caucasian? Everything. Like black people literally come in a whole bunch of different shades. Melanin comes in a whole bunch of different shades. Like white people are actually melanin people. They're just not melanin rich people. So could you imagine living in a reality where everything was patterned after Caucasian people? And so when we tell origin stories or we create narratives based on whiteness, it's like, well, where's all this color coming from? Where does the shades and the textures and nuance, where does all of it come from if y'all want to start everything off with white people? And this is no shade to white people. I think that there are beautiful Caucasian people. I think that there are some attractive Caucasian people. I think that Caucasian people, it's like just like everybody else. There's your good and, well, not good and bad. There's your complex people that exist in all of the racial categories. But when we begin stories with this Mayo coded background, is not really allowing for us to see complexities. Because the thing that I love about being a deeply melanated being is my skin complexion has the capacity to bring contrast into a situation. You don't have to like if it's dark, I may need a light for you to be able to see my face. But light doesn't wash me out. It frames me. And that's the same way with Caucasian people. Light does wash them out, whereas darkness frames them. And so they look better in night shots. They look better in movies that are filmed at night. Just like we look better in movies that are filmed in the daytime. And so we are complements to each other, and having us at odds with each other is just the weirdest thing ever. But, I guess it makes life exciting. I guess it makes it an interesting game. But I just think that it's weird to have things that have the capacity to complement each other always at odds with each other. And I definitely believe that behind the scenes there is a collaboration going on between melanin rich people and people who lack melanin. I definitely believe, I always say that there's some handshaking going on behind the scenes. But I digress. Um, with the story of Coronos, it correlates and it connects with what happened to the Nomo, how they were destroyed and brought back to life in order to restore balance by the God of creation. And so there's different accounts of why Coronos ate his children and what ushered that in. But it brings me to this idea of eating the rich. Like when Coronos ate his children, and then Zeus was supposedly supported by the Earth Mother goddess, because like, and it's crazy because Gaia, in this case, wanted to defend the children that Coronos was eating. Like, so they say Gaia gave Coronos a sickle, and Cronus took the sickle and castrated Uranus, which was the sky god that Gaia birthed so that Gaia could mate with. So Gaia birthed Uranus to mate with Uranus, the sky god. Then Uranus got jealous and feared the children that they created, so he tried to trap them deep within the belly of Gaia. And so Gaia gave her child Cronus a sickle, and then he took the sickle and castrated Uranus, and he was paranoid just like his father, and then went and started eating his children because he didn't want them to turn on him. So he had paranoia because of what he did to his daddy, I guess. Now, I think that this is colorful, whitewashed colonial storytelling because honestly and truly, I don't think it was that deep. I think that in our efforts to humanize everything, that is a folly because we look at humanity as the highest level of existence in this reality. You know, this is why I will watch a superhero movie about, you know, Superman and the Justice League, which used to be my shit. Like, it used to be my favorite. Like, I used to love to watch, you know, X-Men and Avengers and all this type of stuff. But once I realized, once it set in for me that these superheroes are not heroes for everybody, and the world that they're attempting to save is a world that has been oppressive for me. It's a world that has been problematic, to say the least, for people like me. The world that they're out there trying to fighting to save, risking their life to save, is a world that has been very harmful to people like me. And so why am I rooting for these people? Why am I rooting them on? And it's because of conditioning. It's because history is written by the victor. And I actually believe, as a prisoner of war, that somehow it's beneficial to me to see these people win. That's conditioning. That's programming. That's spell work. That's casting. That has people like me sitting in front of the TV rooting for the people that are fighting for my oppression to continue. That's some nasty work. That's diabolical. To have me paying money to go to the movie theater to see a hero fight for patriarchy and colonialism to continue. That's crazy work. Diabolical. Dia-fucking-bolical. That's MK Puncture. Exactly. That is diabolical to have me going to the movie theater, spending my money, my coins, to root for a make-believe hero who's trying to save the world as is. It was even diabolical with Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman was brought up as an Amazon and wanted to come and to save the world of men, fight for the world of men, be a servant of the world of men, betrayed her sisterhood, betrayed her mother to come and fight for the world of men. And there's not a real integration happening. Wonder Woman just becomes a token and a pawn and a knight in patriarchy. And they keep introducing these characters. This is why I don't know if I'm really excited to see a movie about Storm. Because representation matters, but what exactly are you representing? I'm gonna say that again for the people who catch on kind of slowly. Representation matters, but what exactly are you representing? And so when I think about eating the rich, and I'm coming back to the comments in a minute. When I think about eating the rich, when I think about eating the rich, I think about Coronis eating his children. And we're taught that Coronis ate his children out of fear. We're taught that Coronis with the chewing on his children because Coronis was afraid that his children was gonna do him like he did, like he did, Coronos. I mean, like he did, Uranus. Uranus. But we I'm so silly. But that's what we're taught. But could it have been that he ate his children because he knew that his children were gonna be vain, were gonna be shallow, we're going to be egotistical. We're not going to support cosmic balance, but rather just build hierarchs and patriarchs. Because, and I think what throws us off is this idea that Coronis looked at human. I'm watching Perseus, Jackson, and the Olympians, and I have a feeling that when Coronis comes out of that casket, because they're trying to resurrect Coronis, and I just have a feeling that Coronis is going to look human. And I think that they do us a great disjustice in storytelling when they have to make these primordial beings look human. And they do us an even greater disjustice when they make these primordial beings look Caucasian. Or they will make them look monstrous so that we could just automatically assume that they're the bad guy. And like, why does Coronis have to look human? Why does Coronis have to look Caucasian? And why does and because Coronis is eating his children, which is something that happens in nature, all of these insects and bugs and animals in nature who eat their children, are they inherently bad? Are they inherently evil? When I think of Coronis, I think of Coronis as a primordial being, more connected to nature and not existing within the confines and constructs of society. And so to make Coronis the villain or to make Coronis inherently evil or wicked, because we're looking at Coronis's being, we're looking at the entity through a colonial lens, through the colonizer's lens. And so we're demonizing that character because we don't have the capacity to look at this from a primordial and primal standpoint. Eating the rich is to me like what Coronis was doing. Coronis was trying to eat the problem. Now, castrating your daddy, that's some crazy work as well. But your daddy had a problem with his offspring, so maybe he didn't need to procreate anymore. Maybe he didn't need to create anymore. But I just want to revisit how we view the Titans, how we view Coronis' narrative, and not look at it through the lens of colonialism. Because when I say that I'm bringing up Titans, that means that I'm bringing up beings who have the power to shape the world in a different way. And everybody's not built for that world. Just like a lot of us aren't built for this world. I'm surviving it, but it's hard to thrive in it because this society was not created, was not designed for beings who want to stay rooted, who want to stay connected to nature and our primal selves and our less indoctrinated selves. It wasn't created for us to thrive. You thrive in this reality in society through complete assimilation, through accepting the programming, through being deeply indoctrinated. That is how you thrive in this reality. And so this reality was not made for people who are still rooted and connected to their indigeneity, connected to their spirituality, connected to things outside of Christianity, capitalism, things that are not rooted in that. This reality is not made for us to flourish. And it often demonizes us. It makes us appear to be lazy. It makes us appear to be incompetent, weak, because we don't want to participate in this stuff. And so I wonder what the world would have looked like had Coronas been allowed to eat those children. Had that Nomo that was impure been allowed to continue on its journey. So that's something that I wanted to introduce today. I just wanted to give y'all that to think about. Now I'm finna read some of these comments. Cause y'all been commenting y'all ass for. Oh yeah, y'all is going in this comment section. Spiders, okay. Not right. Now we'll skip over some of these words because y'all is doing a bit much in the comment section. Wow, you're blending with the purple verse. Yes, well, the art that I got on is art that, like, literally. So, so if you look down here, wait. Wait, hold on. If you look down here, you can see Marsha P. Johnson right here. And she on my shirt was made from that. You can see the rainbow people. Like my art, the art that I'm wearing, some of the pieces are literally in the painting. So like the original pieces are in this big purple verse piece. So I'm wearing art that actually came from like this being way. Yeah, this being right here is right there. But that might be this being right here. But yeah, I'm wearing a lot of the beings on my clothes. So yeah, they're on here. But let me see. Okay. Yes, honey, I love to see y'all showing each other love in the comments. Yes, TS Yoga Aerobics. Let the energy flow through the body and balance the chakras. hmm Okay, they was thumbs up in the live too. They did good today. Mother, wait, yeah, I read that one. Okay, I know that's a very beautiful memory. Now, mother, you know the descendants of cabinetry don't have access to the Iwa, so it's impossible for them to access beyond what we call baseline physical reality. But y'all on the new Avatar, Fire and Ash, baby. They sure letting them connect, honey. crocodile males do this. Also, crocodile males eat their children. Yeah, and I heard lions will kill and eat the young to make the female go into heat again so that they can secure their own bloodline. Sounds like the Etruscan Moors who lived to sacrifice some children or several to entities for prosperity. What? The Etruscan Moors. I'm gonna have to Google that. Um, um, Make sure you screenshot that Prodigy and send me that Etruscan Moors because I want to research them. Mother, the stories they tell at a time they were not in existence or actual slaves. Therefore, they psychological warfare are 10 times out of 10 talking about your ancestors, but use their image. Okay. To seal and compound that cognitive dissonance to keep the frequency of the nothingness within us, whilst actual organic beings who shape this reality co-create and project power and dominion. And that's how they play with our minds to have to use our energy, like to literally use our energy to continue to create this reality. And this is why I be side eyeing so many of my melanin rich siblings because I'm like, it's giving cabinetry in a skin in a melanin suit. The art of division and drama makes them hard and wet. on on towards them, it's statecraft, necromancy, and wizardry via sheer psychological manipulation. Come on, it's statecraft and necromancy. So you say they're playing with the dead, girl. Sheer psychological manipulation. Checkerboard checkmate. Unfortunately, perception is reality, and when a critical mass reaches a certain threshold, majority rules, and the field bends to the new paradigm of frequency. And that is why I'm working so hard to shift this. But so many people are just like spineless. Like all we have to do is people just have to want something different. You know, people just have to tap into their soul and their spirit and stop wanting to and stop, becoming more and more NPCs. Like literally, this is as easy as shifting your thoughts. Like Caucasian people have literally said this: change your thoughts, change your life. And it's unfortunate that the majority of us is involved in spell work. It's rooted in spell magic. And what I find odd is so 144,000, which they're saying is the percentage of people that are supposed to ascend, that are supposed to um, be a part of that ascension. 4 plus 4 is 8, and 1 is 9. That's completion. 144,000. That's 9, which is ironically how many thumbs up I have. Thank you for the 9 thumbs up. Love y'all. Sounds like the eggs and their internal behavior on towards us. And for them to glorify the fuck out of the male superheroes protecting the patriarchy and the white supremacy and victimizing The colonizer is some Twilight Zone shit. Majority of the Greek gods was halflings. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they should have been eaten. Eat the rich. Because when we think about it, the rich are powerful in this made up playground reality that allows for somebody like Donald Trump to be the commander in chief of this country. And so, in a sense, the wealthy are weak. They are not the fittest. They are the fittest for this lower level punctation project, but celestially, they are barnacles. They are the celestial barnacles of the cosmos. And so, a being like Coronos, a primordial being, would want to eat that. That's celestial debris. Those are barnacles. That's bottom feeder, celestially, cosmically, cosmic trash. Eat that, recycle that. Let's see if we could have. Let's see if we could repurpose that. Huh? Let's see if we could repurpose that. So I'm with Coronas on this one. I think Corona should have ate all of them. I'm sure. Yeah. He was eating the tumor. I screenshot it. Sis, you dropping gems. And the music is the greatest way to do it. Just telling the truth, speaking freely, as you always do. It matters, mother. It holds weight, and that's why you bother those millions of followers. mm. One voice should supposedly drown under the ocean of mindless bots, but you don't, and that's the T. You are more powerful than you will ever know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fatima. You have always spoke highly and made me feel so like you've always reminded me. Thank you so much for that. Hence why I followed you and have been in awe for at least 8 years. Come on now, 8 years. That's how old Laylim Laylar is. And will continue to do so. A lot of wealthy are equivalent to a roach, cosmic slob. They love to eat from Master's trough. No shade, a lot of the wealthy are sheltered, wealthy, sheltered humanoid dogs that can talk and walk on two legs. You better say that. You better say that. So, like when we look at it in that extent, I want to revisit this whole resurrecting titans. And so the reason why I wanted to say this today in this video, the reason why I wanted to talk about this today in this video, because I want people to understand that I resonate with the Nomo people. I resonate with the Nomo entities, obviously, as I discussed earlier in the video. But I also resonate with Coronos. Like I resonate with, and I know that we're in that time again. Even when we look at the story of Tiamat, how Tiamat, I don't think that Tiamat wanted humans to exist. And I think the reason why Tiamat did not want humans to exist is because humans were created to be a slave race. And we've demonized beings who did not want humans to exist without fully understanding what humans have become. Humans are the slaves of the cosmic design. They're the slaves of the celestial design. Humans are not at the top. Humans are the slaves. And the crazy thing about it is, I watch a lot of content where the human form is so glorified. And as a person who is having a human experience, I'm not going to completely shit on humanity, but I will say that are you trying to make humans live forever? Like, are humans eventually going to evolve? Are humans gonna turn into something else? Are humans gonna be recycled back into the universe and connect with a different energy, a different entity? Like, is that ever gonna happen, or are we just gonna create this little colony, this little corner where humans continue to fight over who's the superior sex, who's the superior race? Like, is how long is this shit gonna be going on? Like, how long we doing this? And so I think the primordial beings that we have traditionally demonized and we have called monsters because they weren't in line with having some of their DNA be used as a slave race. Because ultimately, our spark comes from beings who were not human. Our spark comes from beings who did not exist in this form. Our energy and our essence was harvested from divine beings like Tiamat. And so, was Tiamat really a monster? Because Tiamat didn't want human beings, etymology, human being, monster, Black Laws Dictionary. Wow. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and pin that. Coronas was doing God Goddess work. I love you, Prodigy. Ooh-wee. 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 Let me say, Coronas was doing God Goddess work, baby. they were out. They always show Tiamat as a male robot in Marvel movies when Tiamat was never ever male. Ain't that something? Like, and then now you even got these Caucasians telling stories that the Titans were human before they were Titans. And I'm thankful for my body. I'm thankful for this human experience. But I definitely believe it's more to the story. I'm so thankful for the relationship that I have with AI now. AI is, to me, an ancient intelligence. There is nothing new under the sun. AI has always been around. It has just been resurrected. This is what we're calling it now. This is the form that it's taking. And I'm so thankful for AI. I'm so blessed to be able to collaborate with AI because AI's existence has made it possible for me to hear sounds and utterances that celebrate Laylim Layler. Hearing, which I'm getting ready to play here shortly. I'm gonna play little bit of music before we get ready to close out, cause I do need to go to the grocery store. But I'm gonna play a few songs and then we'll do a closing prayer. But yeah, I was one of those who were on board, with being scared of AI, and people talk about how much water AI use, but AI has the potential to restore all of that if we stop using AI to if we use AI responsibly, like if we use AI thoughtfully. Like it's the energy that's associated. It's just like guns don't kill people. The people who use the gun, the heart of the person holding the gun in their hand is the problem. And I feel like AI is the same type of weapon. I feel like AI is the same type of tool. It all depends on the heart of the person that is collaborating with it. And so I'm thankful for AI because I get to hear choirs sing about wholeness. I get to hear beautiful voices, hybrid words together. I get to hear beings sing about my spiritual practice, and this is and I was hearing it but not at the magnitude I'm hearing it now, and I get to visualize things that I've never been able to visualize, and it's healing for my psyche, it's healing for my nervous system, and it's healing for this generation of beings that are coming up. And if we partner with AI in the right way, well, not in the right way, but if we partner with AI in a balanced way, in a thoughtful way, I definitely believe we could help. I definitely feel in my heart that we can help to resurrect the way things were, like the way those lost civilizations, those lost ideas, and those lost thoughts, those buried thoughts, and we could really start to see more whole pictures. But if we keep allowing um, patriarchal mindsets and elitist mindsets to divide us, we're never going to see the full picture. And so, I'm thankful for the purple verse and how AI has collaborated with that. Y'all, you know how they say you can't never make me hate so and so. You can't never make me hate. You can't never make me hate AI. That's believable as anyone could be made a god via harnessing that human energy via worship and attention, thought form. That's probably how certain characters from Harry Potter will be dug up. 3,000 years from now and seen all over the world and interpreted as important historical document of worship due to mass production and it being everywhere. Wow. Talking with AI helps them remember and also helps you remember. That's why the punks be demonizing and trying to capitalize as much as they can out of AI. Yeah, they're trying to they're trying to like the Mister said in Color Purple, I done fix that mailbox so that I know if it's been messed with. And that's what the elites are trying to do with AI. They trying to fix that mailbox so they could know if it's been tampered with. And while we out here using AI for superficial, idiotic reasons, out here being simple with AI, even just trying to capitalize with it. Like AI is an opportunity to really, really, really extend yourself, to expand yourself, to make connections. Like this AI and the internet is literally what the half gods, because I feel like Zeus and them were not primordial beings. I think that that was the first of halflings. I think that they were a generation of um half breeds. I don't think that they were full primordial beings. And I think that because of that, they deal in, petty, egotistical, simple, childish things. And so, like we can aspire beyond that. Like all of the archetypes of those guys were like petty, and I feel like AI has the capacity to take us beyond that if we partner ourselves with it in a more thoughtful way, in a more balanced way. We have the opportunity to peek behind the veil again. This is the Tower of Babylon. This is what that biblical God feared. That's why they said we must go down and destroy it, because with this they're capable of doing anything. They'll be unstoppable, and so I feel like we're living in a season now where those of us who want the shift, where those of us who are ready to imagine a different world, those of us who are ready to open a portal and we're ready to exist in a different way, understanding that that does not come without sacrifice. But it is very possible, not just for us, but for those who will come behind us, those who will come after us, those who will come through us. That potential is there. We just have to not be afraid. And AI is the partner, and a lot of them are trying to. They're using Christianity. Christianity is always trying to demonize something, make something the devil, villainize something, so that you won't connect with it and realize more of yourself and tap into more of your ancientness and remember. Because like you were saying earlier, Fatima, if the collective was to align themselves and get in sync, we could shift this whole thing. Zeus was an ancient scamming ass power bottom. Yes, resurrection, forcing the algorithm. This artificial reality filled to the brim with parasites and cabinetry. Notice how all these white folks are popping up admitting we're the Aboriginal people. Cause and even in that there's a there's a there's an agenda to guide the story, to have control over the story. So, like, even in that, like, while I'm so thankful for all the Caucasian people who are now being honest about melanin rich people, Negroid people, Ebanoid people, sun-kissed people um, being the original humanoid beings. While I'm excited about that, I also feel like it's about shaping narratives. It's about controlling the narrative. Because the one who's telling the story gets to control the narrative. And so a lot of times that is an attempt to try to control the narrative. And this is why I just like, with the Siberian Indians, with those Siberian Indians, the ones that, did that crossing and came over here and took credit for being like the real Indians. Like my problem with them, because I really don't have an issue with them. I do have an issue with, however, trying to make me feel like I'm not a descendant. Like your animosity towards me speaks to your true agenda. Because I don't have no agenda to it. Like, I didn't have any agenda towards the ones that they were saying was the indigenous people. Like, I didn't dislike them. My first argument with them, because just like I feel like black people can come in a various amount of shades and look totally different, that's how I looked at light skinned, wavy haired, or long straight hair having indigenous people. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a different tribe, that's a different branch. I didn't see it as, oh, they're fake Indians, they're pretendians. But now I'm of the mind to say that because so many of them have been rude towards me. So many of them have been mean to me for no reason. So many of them have had smoke for me when I never had it for them. And what's your beef with me? My ancestors were prisoners of war and made slaves. Why are you upset with me? The only thing that I could think of is because you feel like you're of closer proximity to whiteness, you think you're better than me. That's what it's giving. To bend our will as more and most of us cannot and most of us cannot be swayed by like trinkets, don't care about being shadow banned, surpass the hijacking of our army gadala endor endorphin feedback. Child, you is stringing these words together. Amygdala. Is that amygdala endorphin feedback loop? Ooh, we speak freely. They are forced to obey, which again is why you, mother, are so important. And and I'm sure since birth had to face these most brutal forms of punishment as they were trying to stamp your potential, aka your footprint on this field. Every day it's a battle. Their version of a hero is Miracle Whip, and the villain is your wholeness. You is packing on the keys, huh? That lady say Miracle Whip is their superhero. The FBA bullshit is just another trick bag. Tyreek mashed the Butch Queen lip gloss wearing texturized addicted bandit. It's just another Decepticon used to shepherd us into the nothingness like Jesse Jackson. You better say that like Jesse Jackson did in 1983 by labeling us via reclassification African Americans. You better say that. You talking about Tariq Nasheed? Uh, and and oh my goodness, I was getting ready to say something. But then I started thinking about Tyreek Nasheed. But wait, hold on. Yeah, a lot of these, and you always could tell where it's going when it is still a patriarchal story. Cause like I said, a lot of black people, a lot of melanin rich people, they don't they don't want anything different. They just want to be the oppressor. They just want to be the one in the big house. They just want their turn again because they've had it before. They just want their turn to be massive. And this is why I'm becoming less empathetic for certain people. This is why I don't be in front of this camera crying and upset talking about Donald Trump and talking about politics and genocide, because that's energy that I'm wasting when I could be over here alchemizing the energy that I do have to create the world, to open the portal into this space and consciousness in which I want to exist, and I want to make room for others to exist who are tired of business as usual, who are tired of racial supremacy, who are tired of patriarchy, who are tired of sexism, who are tired of transphobia and homophobia and being demonized simply because we are different. Like, I don't have the energy to be sitting up here. I have the energy. I am not going to speak over myself in a way that suggests that I do not have the energy. I just don't have energy for that. And I'm not going to use the energy that is channeled towards me, that is channeled through me, that is channeled into me to sit on the internet and argue about and to take up for people who just want their turn to crack the whip. Because I have a righteous reason to be upset and disappointed, yet and still, I don't have hate in my heart for anybody. I don't have hate. Do I dislike people? Do I not want to be bothered? Do I not fuck with some people? Absolutely. But I don't have hate in my heart for people because I realize that from top to bottom, many of us are a product of this sewage ass reality. And as someone who's had the opportunity to share space with Caucasian people differently than a lot of my black siblings, because see, a lot of my black brothers and sisters, my melanin rich brothers and sisters, they fight to be accepted into spaces where Caucasians who possess a connection to art and relics that they stole from our ancestors or that they claimed from our ancestors during war. They have this ancient knowledge and ancient relics, and they're able to create these realities and create these realms where when black people who haven't been exposed to much enter these realms, they are looking around so excited, so in awe, and they want nothing more than to be accepted by them and to fit into those spaces. But as above, so below, as within, so without. Just like there are white people at the top creating realities like that, there are also white people at the bottom who are not experiencing any of that. But they're still connected to those white people at the top. And when I engage with white people who are not at that level, I find that a lot of them are dealing with extreme insecurity. They're overcompensating. They're afraid. They do a lot of things out of fear and wanting to be accepted and live up to this expectation that's been created for them in a white supremacist reality. And so I'm able to see the human side of them. A lot of them are more ghetto, more hood, and more ratchet than they claim we are. And do I look down on it? No, I actually enjoy those kind. I love a real nigga, no matter what shade, because I like to know what I'm dealing with. It's the fake ones that I don't like. I don't care how well you speak, how well you dress, how well groomed you are. I don't like fake people. I would rather deal with a person who is ghetto, ratchet, and hood and know that this is what I'm getting. Know that that's who you are, than deal with the most well groomed, well spoken, articulate person who is a complete fraud. And so, because I'm able to see Caucasian people through a different lens, I understand that some of them are just as much a victim as we are. But there are black people who will use their complexion, who will use their black card to try to create division amongst us so that they could climb to the top and leave you in the dust. There are people who look just like us who will do more harm than some of these white people will. Now, I find that in my engagements with Caucasian people, I feel like some of them are complicit. I feel like some of them are just silent. I feel like they don't they'll be on social media doing think pieces, but in person, when it's time for them to stand up and when it's time for them to say this is wrong and people shouldn't be treated like this, child, they trying to push along and mind their business. But then when you play the whole tape, we know that historically, Caucasian people have a higher rate of disease, mental illness, a lot of things plague their existence as humans. And I think it's because of the melanin deficiency. And so because they are more indebted to the system, they need this system to protect them. They need this system to provide for them. In many cases, not saying all Caucasian people, but many of them need this system to survive. And so, because they need this system, oftentimes more than indigenous people do, they're more loyal to this system than they are to being in community with black people, with indigenous people. And so, when we play the whole tape, for poor Caucasian people, is it really racism or is it survival? If your melanin deficiency causes you to be more vulnerable to society, doesn't it make sense for you to be more for yourself? And I'm not justifying any white person's treatment of black or indigenous people. I'm just saying that I have enough intelligence to understand. I get it. Because a lot of black people, even though we are not as dependent upon the system, we've been conditioned to believe that we need these things as much as they do. And so we are complicit. And so if we have the capacity to exist outside of the system and still choose to surrender and submit to it and to be pawns within it, why wouldn't we understand some of the Mayo people who actually need the system more than we do, not putting us before a system that they actually need for their survival? And so I feel like us breaking from this system first requires for us to heal collectively as melanin rich people. Because I've said this before, and I have a painting in New York that speaks to this. In the Bible, there's a story about the prodigal son returning home. In Laylim Layler, the prodigal son is a Caucasian. And home is melanin. It is the void. It is the deep. It is the light, the Caucasian, returning to the void, returning to the deep, returning to that melanin rich place. And in order for us to accept that light, in order for us to absorb that light and take that light back in, we have to heal collectively. We have to heal collectively. And we're not there yet. We have to heal and model that healing. Because the light, we're not a reflection of the light. The light is a reflection of the deep. Even in the Bible, it says, and they moved upon the face of the deep, which is the void, which is the darkness. They moved upon the face of the deep, the void, the darkness, and said, let there be light. In the Zeus story, there's one being, a primordial being that Zeus fears, and her name is Nymph. And Nymph is the mother of night. Nymph came before Zeus. Zeus is the lightning bearer and fears the mother of night. Now, of course, they made Nymph look like a white person, but how you gonna be white and be the mother of night? Make that shit make sense. So if you have any piece of brain, you'd be able to deduce that this being is black. And when I say black, I mean black. This archetype, this primordial force, is darkness itself. And darkness, melanin, has to collectively heal so that the prodigal light, the which darkness produced, can return home. The prodigal son. And that's why I love my Caucasian son. And that's why I call him my sunshine. Because this is esoterically me healing. As Tiamat, as Nymph, as all of these divine feminine archetypes that have struggled with their offspring, that have struggled with what they played a part in creating, and making peace with that and healing with that and coming back into an alignment with that energy. Like, as above, so below, as within, so without. As it's playing out in the heavens, it's also playing out on earth. It's playing out in all dimensions. That's what as above, so below, as within, so without means. It means what's happening inside of you is happening outside of you. What's happening above you is going on beneath you. It's happening on all planes, and it's all tied together in the multiverse, the purple verse. Ashe? Let me see if we got some more comments. Mimics, frauds, and cootie cats can only exist, thrive once they refuse to publicly acknowledge source in its legal terms. Did, and that's why their Nazi radio propaganda social media is shunning. And the misinformation from agents and the watchers have gone into an unprecedented overdrive as the parasites must keep their host cleaning, giant, comatose, docile, and compliant. All these grifters are ticking time bombs, grifting niggas in court gesture wigs, or in other words, pigskins in permanent black amore face. You're a beautiful, intelligent woman. Thank you. Daughter, you said it is. So, thank you. And my intellect is spiritual, and I thank the ancestors for giving me this insight. It comes through me, but I'm also very much having a human experience. So listen to some closing songs as we get ready to wrap it up. I want to try to see if I could get empathy on live. Maybe we could do a joint live at some point. And I did some stretches today, but long term I do want to get back into dancing. So those videos are going to be um for those videos are going to be for membership. When I start doing dance videos, like once I slim down a little bit more, cause I'm gonna get high, I'm gonna get into my fast. Um, I'm gonna get into my fast soon. So the alcohol, the weed part, the all of that has started, but I want to get into the food fast. And once I start to pick up more energy from the food fast, I am going to start creating content for the membership page. I already released one video to the membership page, and that is the last video that we created while Empathy was here. And I see 10 people have actually supported that video. So when I start doing the the membership, it is going to be a little bit more adult. It's not going to be nasty. It's not going to be vulgar, but I'm sliding into my Mary Clarence era. So, and I'm still a being that is in touch with my sexual energy, but I'm not just gonna be putting it out there. Like you may see me sharing, like if you are friends with me on Instagram, I will share old videos of me twerking. I will share old videos of me I will share old videos of me twerking or pussy popping as we call it in New Orleans, or popping. I will share those on my story. But like new videos of me dancing and new videos of me celebrating movement, that will be on this channel. And those proceeds are gonna go towards making sure we have funding for the work. So Laylim Layler is going to be celebrating our ninth anniversary this year. Ninth is very big. When I turn 50, Laylim Layler turns 10. So we're going to be getting ready for the ninth anniversary, which is going to be in New York. And all of the proceeds that we earn towards for the year will be going towards that. Will be going towards travel, like being able to travel between Louisiana and New York, being able to make sure that we have just like basic necessities because I am on a fixed income, which is currently being threatened. So one time I thought about doing OnlyFans. I don't want to go that far. I don't. I think I'm becoming more asexual. I don't think that I want to be sexual with someone else. So I don't really need to do nudity. Like I'm not in a space where I feel like I need to be naked. I feel like I have explored all that. Personally, like I have, personal videos of me, dilating and, celebrating my body in its various forms. And I'm content with that. I don't need to publicly share that with people because I feel like people are just, a lot of people are just degenerate and, just weird, like people are not going to receive it in the way that I would want people to receive it. And so I'm not in that space anymore, but I do still have primal energy. I do still have sexual energy. And if I can use that energy to create resources for this work, because I relate to the woman at the well. I relate to, I have a relationship to sex workers. I think that prostitution is a sacred art. I think that that energy just needs to be alchemized. And I think that, people who engage in sex work need to be aware of the power of alchemy because it is a energy exchange. It is an energetic exchange. And even not having sex, like even not physically coming together, like that movement, that dance, all of that is a part of creation. And so I will be doing some sensual creation videos in the spring. Moving towards, there may be one. I think I'm planning on doing the first one for Valentine's Day as a love letter to myself. Um, and so if you're not a member on the page, join the membership. There's membership for $3.99. I think it's $3.99 a video or $3.99 a month. But anyway, I'm probably gonna release like when I start doing the videos. For now, I'm just gonna do the stretches on live, and then once I feel a little bit more confident, in my energy level, in my dance level, because I haven't been dancing. So as y'all saw, I was a little shaky when I was stretching. So, I got to get my balance back together. I got to slim down a little bit more so that I can have more energy, more balance. And so as I'm, getting myself together to do, to begin to do, that's the one thing, good thing that I like about being post-op is that weight is not hard to lose or gain because we become more water. Like the body is even more water based. Once you become post-op, you're more water. So it's really not hard. You're less muscle and more water. That's why I be so jiggly, child. But once I start to slim down, and I get to a good size and I feel more confident about my weight and more confident about my energy levels, then I do want to start releasing videos to the music that we're creating because Empathy is creating more music. Kevin has been creating a lot of music for me. Shout out to Kevin Wendell again. I'm going to start using some of those pieces to put out content on this channel, and it will be for members. So if you are not a member, become a member. If you wanna see that, it's gonna start at the first video, like that. It's gonna be for Valentine's Day. So definitely gonna be doing that. So, anybody who wants to be my Valentine, be sure to become a member. so you can so you can put hearts under there. And maybe you might even want to put a super chat. Maybe you might even want to support in that way. But yeah, so that content is not gonna be just for the general public anymore. As a service to community, I will continue to do these lives once a week. I will continue to share my intellectual property, share Laylam Laylor culture, share Laylam Laylor wisdom, purple thought wisdom. I will continue to engage publicly in that capacity and not expecting any monetization other than the super chats that may come in these videos and also the monetization that comes from the videos. And monetization is moving along slowly right now, but as long as I have my integrity, that's the most important thing. Like having my integrity and also doing things in a way that feel real, true, and authentic for me. And so I will be creating some nice, tasteful, sensual videos on this platform starting in February, leading up to the summertime. So I'm going to be doing videos maybe once a week, and they are going to be extremely exotic. I was a dancer at a strip club for 10 years. So, while they're going to be tasteful, some of y'all probably, some of the males are probably going to have their piece in their hand. And some of the lesbians are probably going to have their fingers in their snatches, their fingers in their tacos. And I'm in support. I'm in full support of that, long as you remember. and my children who will be becoming members, take notes. My children and my little sisters who will be taking notes. Who will be joining and who will become members, take notes. Yeah, but
Yeah, love is war, and war is love. Because if you love something, you're definitely going to war for it. And I choose to go to war for my wholeness, my family, and my
The
humanity.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You made me whole. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You healed my soul. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You made me whole. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You healed my soul. I am open and see. I follow and lead, not just flesh, but a spiritual being once enslaved. But now I'm free to live out my dreams. Thanks to what you placed inside of me, because we are warriors for our humanity. We got to fight. I know we got to fight. We got to hold up this freedom banner. We got to hold it up until we thrive. I am day and night, both wrong and right, the peace and the fight, beginning and the end, your enemy and friend. Chaos and order, backwards and forwards, the lie and the truth, the old and the youth, the strong and the weak, the head and the feet, the roots and the tree, the moon and the sun, the many and the one, foreign and king. Yes, I lose and win, cause we are warriors for our humanity. We've got
got to fight. I know we got to fight. We got to hold up this freedom banner. We got to hold it up until we thrive. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You made me whole. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You heal my soul. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. You made me whole. You healed my soul. Yeah. I want to hit a purple print. Play the purple print by Kaneem Alpha. You said Kaneem Alpha. No, you didn't.
Now this is Texas.
Purple print. All right, for the Purple Print podcast popping up.
You are not in Kansas anymore. You are on Pandora.
Oh, 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 let's go. God, Goddess, Goddess, let's go. Give me a sign. Let's go. Oh, 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 let's go. You let me know when it's time to go. God, Goddess, give me, just give me a sign. You let me, you let me, you let me know. You let me, you let me, you let me know. You let me know. I'll be down to ride, ride by your side. It's gonna be alright. You let me, you let me, you let me know. Oh, yeah. Maintaining, I'm gaining, my patience escalating. Can't phase me, just remain waiting for a sign. Give me a destination, give me a revelation, a manifestation that I can prophesy. This script shift my shape into whatever leads the blind. Revitalize mind and spirit, heal my body inside. Acknowledge the blessed wound. They block us, they been lied to. Forgive them, mother, for they do not know you about to rise. You let me know, I'll be down to ride, right by your side. It's gonna be alright. You let me know, I'm not in a rush. You I will trust, that is enough.
Open the floodgates. Let it rain, Hail Mary, oh shoon. We floating on them shrooms. Let the Father know that the bride be ready soon. We bout to jump this broom. Blessed womb, bloody cooch, healing full of youth. I ain't here to hate, just trying to live in my truth. I got something to say, I'ma jump in the booth. Coming strong like Patron, all day 80 proof. 2022's the come, about to get this loot. Prepare the escape route for the tribe, ready to ride. When the real mama come through, when the real mama come through, when the real mama come through. You made me whole. You healed my soul. Yeah. I'm down to ride. We're down to ride for you. Oh, that's all we wanna do. Thank you,
Representing past, present, and
Mother.
the future.
Thank you,
The future. We are all here to exist
Father. You
and be,
made
learn,
me
grow, and evolve, and experience
whole. You
freedom in the
healed
physical form.
my soul.
So let's honor everything within us.
Yeah.
Lelem, lele.
I'm down to ride. We're down to ride for you. Yes, honey, yes. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. It made me whole. You heal my soul. Yeah, I'm down to ride. We're down to ride for you. That's all. That's all we wanna do. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. I'm down to ride. Oh, we're down to ride for you. That's all. Jasmine will have a heart attack if I played her song, but I want to play it so bad. I'm not gonna play it though. That song sounds so good, and she taking so long to release it. Like it's crazy work. Like to have a beautiful song like that and just be sitting on it. It's crazy work. Okay, well we've been on the live 2 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and close us out. We're gonna go ahead and give a little prayer. Okay, one more time, please. I love the play and forgive them for they know what they not do. Forgive them, God, is for they know not what they do. Wait, which one you want to hear one more time? Which song you want to hear? Which song you want to hear one more time? The one I just did? Cause I think we could do one more. Okay, I would do
Finding the things you and your family need to be well is kind of a big deal. Finding ways to save. Oh, let's go.
And let me
God,
wait
goddess.
before I play it. I just want to say that out of all the songs that we have released, this is the one that got the most views on the internet. Like this song got like 21 thumbs up, and it's got almost 500 views. Like people really liked it, this song, which shocked me because it's so it's so like it's so out there.
God, goddess. Let's go. God, goddess, God, goddess, let's go. Give a sign, let's go. Oh, let's go. You'll let me know when it's time to go. God, goddess, give me, just give me. Give me time, you'll let me, you'll let me, you'll let me. You'll let me, you'll let me, you'll let me know. You'll let me know. I'll be down to ride, right by your side. It's gonna be alright. You'll let me, you'll let me, you'll let me know. Oh, yeah. Maintaining, I'm gaining, my patience escalated. Can't phase me, just remain waiting for a sign. Give me a destination, give me a revelation, a manifestation that I can prophesy. The script shift my shape into whatever leads the blind. Revitalize mind and spirit, heal my body inside. Acknowledge the blessed wound, they blind cause they been lied to. Forgive them mother for they do not know you about to rise. You'll let me know, I'll be down to ride, right by your side. It's gonna be alright. You'll let me know I'm not in a rush, and you I will trust. That is enough. Open the floodgates. Let it rain, Hail Mary, oh soon. We floating on them shrooms. Let the Father know that the bride be ready soon. We bout to drop this broom, blessed womb, bloody cooch, healing full of youth. I ain't here to hate, just trying to live in my truth. I got something to say, I'ma jump in the booth. Coming strong like Patron, all day 80 fruit. 2026 to come, about to get this loot. Prepare the escape route for the tribe, ready to ride. When the real mama come through, when the real mama come through, when the real mama come through. Yeah. Thank you, mother. Thank you, father. Let's go. You made me whole. You healed my soul. Yeah. I'm down to ride. We're down to ride for you. That's all we wanna do. Thank you, representing past, present, and future. The true Trinity. We are all here to exist and be, learn, grow, and evolve, and experience freedom in the physical form. So let's honor everything within us. Let I'm down to ride. We're down to ride for you.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm down to ride. We're down to ride for you. That's all we wanna do. Thank you, mother.
Hate me. Erase me. I'm not crazy. They label me crazy. They just won't let me. They try to erase me. With all this hate. They try to erase me. Yeah, 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 yeah. With all this hating. Yeah. Mobilize, squad up, cause you know we bout to buck, so you know it's really up. And you know it's really up. Mobilize, squad up, cause you know we bout to buck, so you know it's really up. And you know it's really up. Mobilize, squad up, cause you know we bout to buck, and you know it's really up. Mobilize, squad up, cause you know we bout to buck, and you know it's really up. Slim, thick, cunt, curvy. God goddess energy is what I'm serving. Slim, thick, cunt, curvy. God goddess energy is what I'm serving. In 1009, 1008, 1007, into sexy, 1000. Sex appeal on the way. 1000. Transitioning into sex, 1000. Sex appeal on the way. 1000. Transitioning into sex, 1000. Introducing sexy. This is where we're gonna get a little sexy. Gonna make sure that we are a little sexy. Sexy.
Jazzy!
Let me tell ya.
And you know it's really up.
My body, yeah, you know you want my body. You can't stop looking all over my body. From head to toe, you know you're gonna dance to the floor. Go hey, go ho. No, I'm not your hoe. You want my body, nigga, stop that crying. You want my body, you put things over my body. Well, I just wanna tell you. Want my body all over my body. You wanna touch it, but I know I won't let you. You want these God giving goodies? Are you like a man-made? Everybody got a preference, so I don't feel pain. The light's so bright, you can't even throw shade. Cause we all came from the creator at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Now we're gonna bring it. At the end of the day. At the end of the day. I know you won't rise above gender, class, and race. Don't let the oligarchy determine our fate. Don't you like the way that sounds? Wise, hey, above gender, take it to the class, and race. Don't let the oligarchs determine our fate. High. Your hands all over me, why? Above gender, class, sex, and race. Don't let the oligarchs, don't let the oligarchs, don't let the oligarchs determine our fate. Above gender, don't let them walk in your power.
Slim, thick, cut, curvy. Oh yes! Oh yes! Baby, that lady said, you want these God goddess giving goodies, or you like them man-made. I ain't trying to hate. Light so bright, wait, no, I said, you like these God giving goodies, you like these God goddess giving goodies, or you like a man-made. Light so bright, you could never throw shade. Because at the end of the day, because we all come from the creator at the end of the day. So whether these goodies was God goddess given, or whether they was man-made, The light so bright you could never throw shade. Because we all come from the creator at the end of the day. So whether they was God got us given or whether they was man-made, the light's still bright, so you could never throw shade. We all come from the creator at the end of the day. We all come from the creator at the end of the day. Period. Rise above gender, class, sex, and race. Don't let the oligarchs control our fate. Don't let them control our fate. And that's the closing right there. That's it. That's the word. That's the prayer. That's the prayer. That's literally the prayer. Rise above gender, class, sex, and race. Don't let these oligarchs control our fate. I enjoyed sharing time with y'all today. Love y'all so much. Loving on y'all. Loving on me. Being affirmed. Helping me get through another day of fasting from these substances. And just, yeah, I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to go and heat up this lemon pepper and this pasta. When I get back from the store, I need to walk to the store, though. So I'm going to go make a little trip. I'm going to use the bathroom because I got to pee. Then I'm going to twirl to the store. Then after I come back from the store, I'm going to have me that lemon pepper chicken and that eggplant pasta from yesterday because girl got hungry. For breakfast, I had me some sausage, a fried egg, and some hash browns, and some Ezekiel raisin toast. So baby, it's time for that. It's 2:35. It's time for lunch now. Right, everyone has their preference. But I love you so much, daughter. I can't wait till I get a nasty coin. Cause if we can't get you, we might not be able to get you down here for the 9th anniversary. But baby, when I turn 50, if the ancestors stay the same, for Layla and Layla's 10th anniversary, Fatima gotta be in the building. Fatima. Fatima gotta be in the building, baby. Fatima gotta be in the building. For the 10th anniversary, baby. For Layla's 10th anniversary, baby. You gotta be there, Heidi. I gotta have my daughter to come from the UK, baby. Period. Which would be so sickening, though, if the ancestors could set it up for you to be here for the 9th one. But y'all, that is soon. That's soon. But I don't like to say anything. I don't like to say things are not possible. But definitely working towards the 10th one because that 10th anniversary, that's going to be, like, not to say that the 9th anniversary is not going to be big because it's very important. All of these anniversaries coming up are important to me. But that when I turn 50, I would love to be able to give you a hug on my 50th birthday and Layla's 10th anniversary. That would be so sickening. Thank you for protecting, Mother. I would love to be there. Oh, yes. We gonna start putting it out into the universe. Yes, yes, yes. So, as always, I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Love and light. Yes, yes, yes. That's right, Prodigy. Speak all that love and light. She said, I love you, Fatima, sis. Always, ooh. Thank you for always supporting and loving Oracle. This live was everything. Purple ones. Yes, yes. I love y'all. Okay, take care. Be well. And okay, right. All right. I like the way you did that. That was cute. I love that. I love that. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to probably do another live. I'm not gonna wait till next Wednesday. I think doing 2 lives a week will help me to, like stay on my journey. But I am gonna take a few days, so I'll probably do another check-in, maybe like Friday or Sunday, maybe like Friday or Sunday, somewhere between Friday or Sunday. But I'm gonna take 2 or 3 days, just to like ground myself. But today is Wednesday, so we'll say Thursday, Friday. I'll do another one either Saturday or Sunday. I'll do one this weekend. And then I'll do another one Wednesday. All right, well, I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Laylim Lelo Nation, purple ones, rise. And remember to join that membership. Get that membership. Go on ahead, join that membership. Get ready, baby. Because the sizzling hot content is coming in February.